So I hope I don't bore everyone today with this speech. It's the third time I've given it at Toastmasters, but I really appreciate your patience. And I'm going to be giving this talk with a little bit different things in mind, a little bit different movements. So believe it or not, it really is going to be kind of challenging for me today. And when I've practiced, I find it's challenging to practice where I talk and how I'm going to move my hands. I'm going to try some different things today. So bear with me. Being a man is hard. I feel like there's so much expectation on me, such as world domination, or being the master of a family, a wife, 3 teenage kids, 2 cats, and a dog. Not to mention, they worship the ground I stand on. I'm just kidding about all of that, really. The cats definitely don't worship me. But seriously, there are some things about being a man that I do find challenging. And I'd like to share with you today some stories and hard-earned lessons about how to be a better man. And I'm going to talk about the 3 pillars of manhood. And the first would be husband. Second is father. And the third is just so obvious I don't even need to share it with you. You'll figure it out. Being a husband is hard. I feel like I'm expected to fix everything. Well, I hate fixing things, and I'm really not good at it either. But I have to say, my wife Jessica, she's really good at not putting too much pressure on me and expecting me to fix too many things around the house. And I appreciate that. But I do believe that she secretly wishes that I was more like her dad. He built 2 houses with his own 2 hands, and he can fix anything. Of course, when she's sharing a relationship problem with me, something I definitely can fix, she doesn't want to hear the solution. And the expression on her face looks like she wants to throw something at me. You know, my dad could fix things. Of course, the way that he fixed those things, I think my mom kind of preferred to do it. He was trying to fix a toaster one time, and the screwdriver that he used had a big gouge out of it. And when I was borrowing his tools, my mom saw it, and she recalled the story to me and said, you know, that's when your dad was trying to fix the toaster and he forgot to unplug it. My advice for being a good husband, be terrible at fixing things. And if you must fix something, take precautions. Unplug the appliances first and hide easy-to-throw objects. Being a father is hard. When my son Oliver was 2 years old, he had a real issue with temper tantrums. And about this same time, there was a TV show called The Super Nanny. Does anybody remember The Super Nanny? Yeah, so she was this Australian woman, and she was the perfect combination of sweetness and tough love. And in her show, she had this thing called the naughty chair. And whenever a child was acting up in the show, she'd order that child to the naughty chair. And the child would just walk right over to the chair and sit down and calm down. It worked perfectly. And I thought, wow, this is logical. It works great for her. It's going to work perfectly for me, right? So I got myself a little chair, and the next time Oliver was having a tantrum, I somewhat hesitantly ordered him to the naughty chair. Well, he was swirling around like a Tasmanian devil, and he screamed, "The naughty chair! I hate the naughty chair! What is the naughty chair?" And he ran away. What happened? happened? I forgot the most important lesson from Project 2 in the Competent Communication Handbook. To have a strong opening. I had a weak opening, and therefore I lost his body and had a non-existent conclusion. So, the third pillar of manhood, you've guessed it all right by now, of course. It's Toastmaster, of course. Yes, it's hard being a Toastmaster. You've got to memorize your talk. You can't use any notes up here. It's got to be a minimum of 5 minutes and a maximum of 7. Well, a few weeks ago, I was on a very relaxing vacation in Portland, Oregon. And it was great. The weather was perfect. The city was fun. The food was great. Although, on the last day of the vacation, I realized that I hadn't enough material for my humorous speech. I wasn't going to make the minimum 5 minutes. I needed another story to tell. So I asked Jessica for advice. She told me to double space it. My advice for getting your minimum of 5 minutes on your humorous speech is to speak very slowly until you see the green card. And another benefit of this strategy is that in between each word, you've got plenty of time to plot your next move for world domination. Well, there you have it. Hard-earned lessons about how to be a better man. Remember, to be a good husband, be terrible at fixing things. And to be a good father, have a strong opening. And to be a great Toastmaster, ask your wife for advice, but don't do what she says.